Hey, you fucks. Thanks for, checking out the videos, showing a little bit of support. How about you take it to the next level and show us some love over there on Patreon, huh? Huh? Huh?
Yo, 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 what the fuck is up there, everybody out there on YouTube? So, as you go, boy, Papa Tico, coming to you live from the ADVJapan channel. Again, once again, for your hot sexual viewing pleasure. How are you guys doing today? You know me, I'm just straight up chilling. And it's funny, because today I was actually going to do a rant on Japanese movies. I had written down all these movies I wanted to share with you guys on how to immerse and everything, but, I don't know. I mean, like, that's the great thing about these rants is, like, I have rants prepared. Like, I have, like, the thumbnails prepared and I have the notes prepared. But sometimes I want to, like, talk about something else. And so it's good because, like, if I don't want to talk about that thing for whatever reason or, like, I have these backups. So it's always good. It's always good to have a backup, I guess is what I'm saying. But yeah, anyway, it's a beautiful, beautiful fucking sunny morning. I love, this is the great thing about Japan. Like, I remember in America, sometimes it would just rain hard for like 10 minutes and then it would stop, at least like sometimes, sometimes it would rain all day, but most of the time it would just rain for like 10 minutes really hard and then stop, and it was annoying. And, but like, in Japan, like if it rains, more than half the time I think it just rains all day, which is good because, especially during like pollen season, like pollen season happens, all the pollen and dust gets in the air, and then when the rain happens, it just pushes all that down to the ground and then just washes it out to the ocean. And it's nice. So yeah, today it just seems very nice, very clear. I'm really digging it. I'm enjoying this a lot. Probably a lot more than I should, but I'm in such a good mood. Like, yeah, today I kind of wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about, like, being in a good mood, having flow, and, like, even a dude like me needs to keep, I need to keep on my shit when it comes to immersion and being in Japan, and just, like, just talking about, like, how easy it is to sometimes get out of the get out of the immersion bubble, and how important it is to get back in there and stuff like that, because it's just like, it's weird because I wish I could just know what exactly it is that gets me in and out of flow. Like today I just feel it. It feels like fucking good. I feel already like I accomplished a bunch of shit that I already got done, and I'm just like working on stuff. Like nothing's in my way, at least like mentally. Nothing's in my way. Like I woke up, had my coffee, took my morning shits, whatever you want to say, and then I had a really good heavy sleep last night too. That's probably another thing too. I had a really nice fucking heavy sleep last night. I had a weird dream that I was like in New York, and like one of my Japanese ex-girlfriends was there, and she was like trying to work and stuff or whatever, and like she had been there for a little while, but she wasn't really getting the hang of it, and it was weird because it's like it's super weird when you have dreams about people that like that you've had sex with, but also that it's just like you've known on like a deep personal level, and then it's just like you get reminded by these dreams that you're like, oh yeah, this person used to be really important to me, and now like it's a different time and place. It feels like just a different dimension, right? Like, oh, this is the dimension where like we're not together anymore and stuff, and it's weird. Like we have memories and stuff, right? But then we have like also emotions that go with those memories, and like I've been single for a while now, and I mean, like sex and relationships are two different things, right? And it's just when you haven't had like there's a difference between having sex on and off regularly versus like being in a like ongoing relationship, and it was nice to feel that again, But before I get into that and more spieling, I would like to talk to you guys about my let me do some self-spieling really quick, okay? So self-promotion. Now, as you guys know, all 5 of you who watch this channel and comment that I don't really make any money off of Google AdSense due to lack of views, but also because I say bad words all the time, and YouTube likes to demonetize me for that. But I'm not going to change. I ain't no sellout. But anyway, yeah, I'm just saying thank you to everybody, especially in the premiere chat, that come and check out these rants in the morning. I really do appreciate it, man, because it's just like it's fun building this community. Like you know, for so long I was like, oh, I don't like my voice, or like there's nothing special about this. I'm just ranting into the void. But it's like, nah, like my job is being an interpreter, like talking for people, and being an English teacher, which is like teaching, like communicating people in a way that they can understand and learn, you know? So it's like, if I'm good at that, of course, like, I'm gonna transition those skills over to YouTube somehow, right? To, like, video making. And, anyway, I appreciate the fact that you guys appreciate the stuff that, I put out there, man. Because, I mean, part of this is, like, self-venting, just like expressing myself by talking to a microphone, but the other half is like trying to connect with other people that feel the same way online, and then like helping each other out and stuff. And so I really do appreciate it when you guys go out of your way to join the Patreon or become a member or donate, and because it really does help me out. Like it's encouraging, because it's like, yeah, we like your stuff so much that like, here's some money, and like, please keep making more stuff. And a big shout out too to all the guys who always donate so much fucking money, and then I'm like, oh yeah, sorry, I haven't used that on the project yet, and they're like, I don't give a fuck, this is your money, you use it however you want. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. I don't know, it's easier for me to be black and white by just keeping all the YouTube money in its own account, where I don't touch it unless I'm going to use it for a project. But I still appreciate it so much that you guys go out of your way to fucking support me like that. And so if you guys ever wanted to learn Japanese, or you just want to help me out, then you know what to do. And speaking of which, big shout out, before I move on, big shout out to the guy who super chatted of the week. Boom. Yes, thank you, Mr. or Mrs. GigaChad, for that. I really do appreciate you guys going out of your way to help me. Yeah, like keep the loving coming, guys. And always remember, I guess I should say this at the beginning of these videos too, that I do live streams after each one of these uploads. And yeah, I got to start reminding people of that when I from my other videos too, and not just these videos. But yeah, after I upload these videos, we always do a live stream to promote the video, so make sure you join that too. If you haven't joined it this time, make sure to join it next time. And I guess the question of the day is I don't know, do you guys feel like, tell me about like a really good day. Tell me about like, what is a good day of flow for you? And you know, like, give me a recent example if you have one. Because I'm curious, like, what your guys, you know, what is your good day of flow? And it's funny, I propped up my, I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background. I propped up my, my washing machine. I have like a workout bench that I haven't been using for a while, and I just used that to prop it against my washing machine, because it was, I don't understand, like the ground is even, but I guess maybe like one of the knobs came loose or something for the feet of it, and so it was like wobbling back and forth, and I was just trying to even after I put stuff under the legs to make it even, it still was wobbling. So then I just pushed my my fucking washing machine against the wall with my workout bench, and now it's not shaking violently, or at least it's shaking violently inside the washing machine versus the washing machine itself shaking. Anyway, point is, smash like button, hit that subscribe button, subscribe bell to get notified, and yeah, let's get back into it. So yeah, I'm making this rant today. I'm a little like, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. I'll probably be releasing this video way down along the line, because it's not really time sensitive right now. But yeah, I was a little sad or a little pissed off today, because it's like my good buddy Jim, Mr. Kid Shoryuken, you know, and this isn't airing dirty laundry or whatever. Like, this is just something that happens, and since you guys know he's part of the Ticosphere or whatever, like, I don't know, I don't feel like I need to like make up a guy or something. But yeah, it's just like I was supposed to go film with my buddy Jim today. Like, I've been doing a good job of getting all of this backlog done for this year, so I can work on bigger projects and also focus on more money, like different ventures and stuff. And I like doing projects one at a time. I'm not good at multitasking, or at least I get burnt out very easily doing multitasking. So I prefer to do one project at a time. And right now, I've been really doing good about making a backlog of like reaction videos and rants, and now the next thing is like, so I've been a good job of like backing up the Wednesday and the Friday videos, so you guys have something. And even though they're not fucking super spectacularly edited, it's nice because at least I know those 2 days out of the week for the next couple months are free. You know, they're like already like they're locked up. I don't need to worry about them for a while, right? But my Sunday videos, I've been trying to make new series and for each Sunday video. So like up until now, I don't know what I was doing, maybe vlogs or something. But there wasn't like any rhyme or reason. There wasn't like any structure to it. And now it's like I've been trying to do like I've been trying to make a bunch of kind of like not low effort, but I guess you could say low effort, kind of like fluff videos that are still, they're not like amazingly viral videos, but they do the job. And for the people that are in the community, they'll really like them, you know? So, like, those videos I broke up into categories of, like, there's my compilation vlogs, which is just using old footage that I've been wanting to release forever, but I didn't get to release. Fucking, yeah, like, I'm poking Oriental Pearl here for this, because she kind of, like, I'm interpreting it as, like, a little, like, poke at me, because I released a video a while back, which was like, I released a video of Oriental Pearl and I going to like do Valentine's Day filming in Shibuya, and I thought she had released that video, and I guess she didn't. And so, or I think she said she released it only on Patreon or something, but yeah, she's like, wow, you released the footage after 2 years. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's the whole point of these vlogs, is that it's like, I don't need to think about story or whatever. Like, I'm just sharing the footage in like a fun kind of behind the scenes way while blending it with all these other clips and making the pacing really good. But yeah, she poked at me like that. She's basically saying, oh, using old footage, or maybe she's angry I used the footage that she didn't make publicly. But I always tell people when I film with them, I'm like, I'd like a copy of that footage and for my own videos. And when I release the video, if you don't like it, I'll just private it. That's all you got to say. But yeah, I was just like, that was a little poke at me. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? You know, like she commented twice on it, saying the same thing. You waited 2 years. I was like, yes, I know. But anyway, it was a really good video. But yeah, I just I've been doing those compilation vlogs, right? I've been getting better and better at them, and I love it too because it's like there's a bunch of little categories within that compilation vlog of stuff that I can prepare ahead of time. So then all I got to do is really just cut up my raw footage, and so. Yeah, and I've been working on that backlog of that stuff, and it's good. I'm almost done with that. And so all I need to do moving forward, I'll be able to pump those out a lot more easily. And, I mean, to be fair, like, I'm putting a lot of time into making these. And I do think that like, I think you can watch them. I think they are rewatchable. I think they do have merit. I think they got the chunky potatoes and steak to them. You know, it's a hearty video, you know? And yeah, so like I'm rebranding the channel with those, like with all these new series, right? And so it's like the compilation vlog series. Maybe I'll just call them. Well, right now on the profile they're called like you know, Japan vlogs or whatever. But every title has dad in it, so it's like dad goes to Japanese metal thing, dad goes to Japanese punk thing or whatever. So I've been working on those, and those are pretty easy to. Well, they're not easy to make, but I have so much backlog of footage that I haven't used that I don't need to go out and film any new stuff for those. So that's like a burden, you know, off my shoulders or whatever, knowing that. And then you know, and then there's the new stuff that I want to go film, like the arcade reviews, the restaurant reviews, and even maybe some Love Hotel reviews. And I wasn't really thinking about that until I was on Milky's stream, and she was reading parts of her journal, and she's like, I thought about you. I was reading the journal the other day, and I forgot, like, a while ago I told Milky I wanted to start doing a Love Hotel review series with her, and that just kind of got on the back burner when other stuff came up, and I totally forgot that I told her I wanted to do that stuff. And I mean, that's the thing, it's like people are usually willing to hang out with you as long as you're doing most of the like managing work, you know. You're like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna film this and that, okay, let's do that, I got the money for it, okay, let's go, boom boom bam, let's get it done. And that was just one of those things that I was like, I want to do that eventually, but not right now. And but yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, it's like, I want to do a review series. involving, like, yeah, it's like food, games, sex, you know, like the love hotels and all this stuff, like, you know, and the arcades. Like, there's so many arcades that have already been reviewed, but they haven't been reviewed by me, you know. And also, there's so many food places that I want to go to, but I just can't justify going there for the sake of going there. So it's like, hey, cool, you get to make content out of it. Awesome. But so yeah, it's like I've got the compilation vlogs, I've got the review series, and then I've got the walk and talks, and that's like a good excuse to do a low effort collab with other YouTubers or other like creators, like other like musicians or whatever, right? And all I do is I just walk around with a microphone and a GoPro, and we walk around for like 30 minutes just shooting the shit, and I've got a video, and like we got a cool collab. And so it's like, so we've got like the compilation vlogs, the reviews, the collabs, and then to, you know, show the broship, but also just because I really want to play all these arcade games that I never got to beat because I didn't have enough money to beat them. I like sit down with my buddy Jim and play some fucking video games where we're just like, we're playing, like, unlike a Let's Play, like where you're gonna die like really easily and it's like really high stakes, or it's only one player. I really like the game series with Jim because we finish a whole game in one setting, and Jim knows a shit ton of stuff about everything. So I could ask him about music or like video games or movies or whatever, or martial arts, and like Jim knows so much about everything. And I really like hearing him talk, and it's fun, and like it's a good excuse because he does a series where he talks about arcade games and stuff too, and so like he gets this footage and he can make notes about it. And anyway, it's been like it's been a while, and like it's been a couple months since I fucking not since I saw Jim, but since I filmed with Jim. And like Jim knows that like the thing is just like everything I'm doing now when it doesn't come to my actual work is like it's like YouTube stuff. I want to do more hobby stuff eventually, but for right now I really want to get this YouTube stuff knocked out of the park, you know. And so you know, I was supposed to go film with Jim today, and you know, I was supposed to go film with him at 11 a.m. and it's already 10:30, and it takes me 30 minutes to get to his place by motorcycle. And hold on. It takes me 30 minutes to get to his house by motorcycle. And Spaghetti's battery died recently, so I had to spend all night charging it up. And then on top of that, I got to fill up Spaghetti's tank. So if I was going to go to Jim's house, it would have been more of like an hour-long endeavor to get there, because I have to do all these extra things before going over there. And Jim sent me a message last night being like, yeah, I'm not really in the mood for filming. If you want to just hang out, that's fine. But yeah, and I was like, what is the problem here? Like, I set up... like, you know, I have all the games already lined up that we're going to play. I have the topics that we can talk about if we don't have any topics to talk about. I have all the camera and the microphone things set up. I'm coming all the way to your fucking place. I'm bringing food and drinks to your fucking place. We haven't filmed for like 3 months. I really like this series. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, you know, I'm doing all the work here. You're just showing up for it. It's like, what's the problem here, man? Like, and the thing with Jim is that, like, it pisses me off because usually if he has an issue, he's very clear about it. But recently, he's just been like, he's acting like a woman, you know? He's just like, I don't want to talk. Like, you know, I was like, dude, if you're pissed off or you're depressed, you don't need to go into details. But if you're just like angry about some shit or whatever, just tell me and I won't push any further. But like, stop doing this like ignoring little woman style talking, you know? It's like, nah. And well, anyway, I was like, dude, like we don't need to only do YouTube when we hang out. We can do some, like, you know, we can do some just regular hanging out, get some beers or whatever too. But like, this is the beginning of the week. It's Monday. Like, I want to get all the stuff done that I want to get done for this week, and then I can hang out. But like, nah, dude, I gotta be productive. And, yeah, he just left me on red. And it's okay, we're bros, he'll get over it. But, you know, it's just like, it's annoying that, like, when your friend is going through something, and maybe he doesn't even know what he's going through right now, you know? But it's just annoying because it's like I had plans that I wanted to do, and you know, like each time I wanted to hang out, he's canceled on me for the past like 3 or 4 times for filming. And then we hung out the other night, and like he wanted to go out drinking or something. I was like, no, dude, I got work tomorrow. I can't drink. We can get dinner. And we got dinner with some friends from out of town and stuff, and that was cool. But yeah, it's just it's on any other day it would be really frustrating and I'd be angry. But today is such a nice day. I don't care. And I know that it sounds like I do care because I just mentioned it, but I'm mentioning it for like a preface for the story for the rest of the rant, right? You know, it's just like it makes me frustrated that on some days I take shit like this way more personally than I should. But unlike today, I don't really care. Like, I have so much stuff. Like, I feel so clear-headed. I feel like so motivated to do stuff that I don't care if he's acting like a little bitch ass. like, if you don't want to hang out, at least reply. Like, you know, it's 11 a.m. I'm your friend, supposedly one of your good friends, and like, you know, and you're leaving me. You're not even reading the messages, and so it's like, okay, like it's fine. I get it. I'm reading between the very clear, the very thick, visible lines that you don't want to hang out. It's fine. Okay. But it's, you know, I got other stuff to do, but it's like, that's one thing that I try to pride myself on, or at least like I was telling my, like I showed one of my students the other day, The Last Samurai, because I had other stuff to do at the school, so I put that on in the classroom, and he's like 13. It's okay. There's no titties in that. There's violence, but whatever. And, you know, I was telling him it's like strength, honor, loyalty, integrity. You know, like this is like, these are the attributes that make like a man. And it's like, look, like you don't ever need to fucking explain yourself to people who you think don't matter, right? But if it's somebody you care about, even if it's a pain in the ass, you should go out of your way to let them understand where you're coming from, right? And so it's like, that's one thing I try to do. Like when it comes to my really good friends, like if I'm having a bad day and I don't know why or something, I'll just be like, look, I'm having a bad day. I'm sorry. I just can't fucking deal with it. Let's do it next time or whatever. Usually they're like, okay, yeah, it's fine. Like, and even like when I go for people that I don't know that well, and I'm like, hey, look, like, I never fucking promise to meet up with people for like events or meeting up. I always just say, I mean, luckily that's the great thing about being a freelancer is that you have that excuse of being like, oh yeah, dude, sorry, I gotta actually like, you know, like I might have a job coming up last minute. And so I might not be able to come and like, you know, hang out with you. But I mean, in a way that's good though, because like nobody ever really expects you to, if you come out, it's like really awesome. But if you don't, then it's like whatever, you know? And like even recently with an event that happened, that one guy invited me to, like I didn't show up, but I told him very clearly when he invited me that it's like, yeah, dude, 50-50. I'll let you know the night before, or like that night if I'm coming or not. But like, just put me down as a very extreme maybe, versus a definite yes or no. And if you need a definite yes or no, just put me down as no. And he's like, no, it's fine. And it's like, sometimes people get pissed off because they're like, I thought you were coming. And you're like, look at the message I sent you. I clearly said, if you need a definite no or yes, just put me down as no. And that's the thing. It's like people get angry because they want, like, you know, it's like, well, I'd like to think of it as like they like you so much they're disappointed and angry that you, like, they take it personally that you don't want to hang out with them, when it's not about them, it's about you, you know? And well, maybe they feel bad because you don't see them as a priority. I don't know, but the whole point is just like, if I try to be as clear as possible in my communication when I'm talking to people in general. Like, you know, I feel like they're owed that, you know? But yeah, I just because you have that integritas or whatever, doesn't mean other people will have that. You can try to like hope they have it, but you should never expect they have it. And but like, you know, with Jim, I'm like, look, he's you know, he's going through some stuff. I think he's going through like kind of midlife crisis kind of thing right now, or he's depressed about something. I mean, like either way, like it's, I don't know. I can only speculate, but point is, like, sometimes your friends are going through shit, and you just gotta let them go through shit, and eventually, they'll get over it, and they'll come back, like, you know, once they're done with that. But you gotta always give them the option to be like, hey, if you want to talk about it, I'm here, you know? Like, I remember when my mom died, Jim was great. He's like, I don't know what to say, and I was like, I spent like 3 hours on the phone with Jim, just talk. I was like, just let me talk, you know? And, yeah, like, same thing when Jim's mom died, I did the same thing. I just let him talk. So, no, actually, with Jim, he doesn't like talking about that. So, like, that's the thing. Like, I don't, like, sometimes I gotta talk to get my feelings out. Jim's not like that, but, you know, but I told him, hey, if you need to talk, I'm here, dude. Like, you know, like, but anyway, I mean, the whole point is, though, is that, I said whole point is 5 times already, probably now. Today's such a good day. It's so good. I have my journals out. I feel fucking just invigorated. You know, I lifted a dumbbell 20 times today. I feel vigorous. Yeah, I feel pretty good. And, it's cool. Like, another thing is that, like, I'm starting a new journal today, too. I buy these regular kanji notebooks that usually have about 30 pages in them, but, you know, if you count that as both pages, that's 60 pages in there. So usually I'll have a notebook for, like, what, like 2 months or whatever, right? And then, like, after I finish the notebooks, like, I start taping them together, one after another. And I feel really good because I got my, you know, like, I finished the from December to March notebook. And, yeah, it's good. It feels good to get that shit done, you know? It feels good to fill up a whole notebook full of my thoughts and everything. Because a lot of people don't, and I put this in one of my compilation vlogs, like, on my channel, like, a clip from Jordan Peterson talking about, like, we always tell, like, college students why, like, you know, that they should be writing stuff down, but we never tell them why writing is such an important skill, and why, like, you know, before, think about it, like, you know, we invented the system of writing, we invented the system of reading, so we don't need to constantly remember shit. We can write stuff down and check it later, you know, and then we can like, add to those notes later too. And I've had this YouTube notebook, a separate notebook, for the longest time. And it was always just like random thoughts about stuff, you know? But it wasn't like something solid to put into these things. And that's one thing I really like about this year's, like, YouTube videos, is that I don't know if they'll get a lot of views, but it's a project that I sincerely want to do. And there are multiple projects I sincerely want to do. And I know by doing these and warming up that eventually, if I keep doing this, it's just going to evolve and get better and keep going. And I really like that, you know, like, I like the, what is it, like, you know, I like that there's that possibility of that, right? And, like, even now, like, so I was, in my journal, from the last couple months, like, I wrote down all these random pages about, like, rants and rant topics that I want to talk about, but they were scattered throughout the notebook. Same thing for reactions and the vlogs or whatever. And then I was like, oh, wait a second. I have this other YouTube notebook that I haven't been using because I was just writing them in random pages on the journal. Okay. Like, well, now that I've committed to doing these series, why don't I just start writing them in the YouTube journal today? And I'm like, oh, yeah, shit. And I've got, like, the YouTube journal showing off all the days that I've filled up already on the calendar for, like, all the videos that I have planned this year and everything. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. And then I've got, like, ideas for, like, the topics or, like, the games or the places to review or the videos to react to and stuff. And it's like, yeah, man, like, because, like, I do want to, like, I think it's like I don't need a viral video, but I would like to make more hard-hitting, more solid, very rewatchable videos. But at the same time, I need more practice, you know? Like, I gotta be real with myself and be like, look, I have, like, 45,000-ish subscribers on YouTube, but I only got, like, 15,000 of those. I only earned, like, 15,000 of those. And to be fair, I've always been doing collabs the whole time I've been on YouTube. Like, I don't think like, I never got more viewers because of the videos I made. I mean, sure, they came in stuff, right? But, like, I'd say half of those half of the subscribers from my original 15,000 subscribers came from like doing collabs with other people, and their audience is coming over here. And then I got like 30,000 from being with the Rocket guys. So it's like, again, I kind of Big Mic'd it up, you know? Big Mike from Logan Paul, like that guy, he doesn't really have any talent or whatever. Like he's not a talented dude. He's just a leech. He found somebody rich to like leech off of that was insecure, that needed like a big brother. And that Mike guy was like, yeah, I'm going to be this big brother for him. And I'm like, you know, that Mike guy, he had like a top selling book on Amazon, but it's just because Logan Paul shouted him out so much. And like that guy's super rich now, thanks to always being Logan Paul's right hand man. And so it's like that guy doesn't really have any talent. Or I mean, maybe he does, like he's good at networking with people, you know, he's good at thinking of crypto scams and stuff, but he's not like he's not talented when it comes to video making, I guess you could say. But he has a shit ton of subscribers because he attached himself to more what do you call it, like more popular people that were more successful. And you know, for me it's like, yeah, like I'm a people person, you know. I moved around a lot as a kid, so I always had to make new friends. And so I got used to, like, you know, meeting people and making friends with people really quickly, right? And, yeah, big shout out to fucking Eric from Kaidi and Eric's YouTube channel. I saw him streaming the other day, and he's like, I thought about you, TKO Sam, the other day when I was on the train. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you know, I like it how you can just go up to anybody, whether it's in English or Japanese, and you could just befriend them really quickly. And he's like, I'm really introverted, and it's hard for me to do that. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. I think it's just like when you realize other people. Well, anyway, that made me feel. That was a very, very nice, genuine compliment from him. But you know, I told him, I was like, when you realize other people are just as, if not more, insecure than you are, and they just want to be heard, and you give them like a genuine ear to let them express themselves and be themselves, like you'll make friends with a lot of people, you know. You don't make the interaction about you make it about them. And but anyway, yeah, the good day and the flow, right? The good day and the flow. But yeah, I mean, the whole point is just like, I think when you don't need to reinvent the wheel, right? Like the whole cool thing about YouTube is that it's got the word you in it. It's not about TV tube. It's not high production sponsored tube. This is about real people sharing their lives or their ideas with people, random people on the internet, you know? And like, what are the things that I like to share? It's like, well, I live in Japan. I know Japanese, but it's just like I want to share cool stuff that I like about this country with random people on the internet. Like that's what I want to do, right? And so these series, like everyone's done these series before. A lot more people that make better, like that can make more flashy videos, more clickbaity videos, better marketing. They probably made all these videos before, but they're not me, you know? They're not Papa Tikio. They don't have this essence. And I'm not saying that I'm the coolest guy ever. I'm just saying that, like, I'm me. Like, that's why I don't worry about people stealing my stuff when it comes to YouTube shit, like, idea-wise, because it's like, well, they can make their own version, but it's not going to be my version, you know? And, yeah, Premiere 2, Pete, I see that you're doing walk and talks with other YouTubers on your stream now. I saw what you did. I saw what you did, boy. But, yeah, it's just like, you have... I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize, and like especially my friend's younger brother that I've been talking to in the States. Like, you know, he's just this guy who, like, my friend's got a family, you know. My friend, he's got a family, he's got a career. He's not really got a lot of space in his life to be a mentor to his younger brother. Like, you know, he'll check in with him. But yeah, I've been talking to him because he really likes Japan. He wants to come over. He watches my channel. And, you know, he's like a little Asperger, and he'll go on these fucking rants, and he'll be angry about stuff and shit, like in my messages to him. And I'm like, okay, dude. And I was like, you know, like, you gotta pick 3 things, you know, pick 3 things and work on it. He's like, well, what if it's not good? I'm not good. And I'm like, well, if you're always comparing your behind the scenes to somebody's highlight reel, you're always gonna think you're a piece of shit. You're always gonna have that FOMO, you know, that fear of missing out. You're gonna always be thinking of other people being better than you than the opposite, and it's just like you can't do that. You gotta find stuff that's important to you and double down on that, and just be okay with fucking up. Be okay with it not getting a lot of attention. I think a lot of YouTubers fuck up like that. They, or a lot of people that want to start doing YouTube, they're like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And I mean, because I've fallen into this too, where it's like the perfection bubble, where they're like, I'm going to make this stuff, and it's going to be the best thing ever. And I don't care if people don't watch it, but it's going to be mine. But then they put out one video, they don't get any fucking attention, and then they just stop, right? They're just like, wah. And but the thing is like, you gotta, the way I'm thinking of my stuff right now is kind of like JonTron's old stuff. JonTron made like video reviews about video games, and they were really good, really well thought out, well scripted videos, and he had a library of stuff, and eventually people caught around to it, and like fucking Ego Raptor found it eventually, and then other people, he shared it, and he liked JonTron's library of stuff that he had. And so it's like, for me, I know that my stuff is not JonTron. JonTron is infinitely more talented than me, but I do have a library of legit stuff that people can go and check out. And so I feel like, as long as I feel fulfilled with the content I'm making, and as long as I'm making a decent backlog of stuff that people can look at and be interested in, and like, eventually the right people will find this, the right people will share it, and I'll get more of that kind of audience looking at my stuff. And so, like, for me, it's like, I have like 2 goals. Well, I have like 2 goals right now. It's just like maintain, like, pay my bills, add a little money to savings each month, and then just do YouTube, like make my YouTube backlog for the year. It's like, if I can do that, then I can focus on all the other things I want to focus on, which is like starting investing, maybe doing a different type of, like, an extra type of job or something, going out and exercising and like being more active and stuff. And yeah, it's good, but it's just like one project at a time. And I know that this YouTube stuff, it's gonna eventually get done sooner than later, and it's just giving me peace of mind. Now, of course, like the Sunday videos, they do take quite a long time to do, but like for the walk and talk videos, for the like Sam and Jim hangout videos, those are so easy to do. I could film all of those, like a 1 year's worth, in a month, and then it's like all I have left to do is just do like the food video, or like the review video, and then a compilation video. So like, I could get those, like a whole year's worth of the Sunday videos done if you gave me like 2 months or whatever, right? And so, and then for the rants, I'm still making the rants every day, and I'm still making the reaction videos every Sunday. And so like, there will be a backlog of those even after 1 year's worth is being made, just because they're fun. I like making them, But yeah, it's just it's nice to be like, oh, it's such a beautiful fucking sunny day outside. I'm doing my laundry, so I got that smell of the, what do you call it, of the fabric softener and the fucking the detergent, like the fucking hanging on my balcony right now and stuff. And it's just nice, it's nice, it's good, and it is, ma'am. And actually, hold on a sec. Oh, gentlemen, my apologies. I thought, like, what is it? I thought I turned off the water for my washing machine. Like, I don't know about where you guys are, but the hose that goes to the washing machine, it's connected to a faucet. And so, if you don't turn on the faucet, like, I always turn my faucet off just because I'm worried that, like, an earthquake might happen while I'm gone. And like, it's not a big one, but it moves the hose or something, and then like it starts leaking water. So I was like, oh shit, did I turn on the hose today? And I'm like, oh yeah, I did. Cool, good. Anyways, yeah, it's just, it's funny because like I get on these tangents and I can just keep going and going and going, right? But it's just like, it's one of those days where I feel so good. I feel like I got everything lined up. I don't have to worry about shit, and it's just and what I was trying to say about my friend's younger brother is that, like, you need to, like, you need to pick something, even if you don't, like, you got to remember that, like, you're not gonna, it's not brain surgery, you're not gonna save lives with this, but you're gonna make something that fulfills you and you know, hopefully you can get people to pay for it. You know, and it's like you gotta, but first you gotta take care of the basics, right? Like you gotta pay the bills, you gotta pay the rent, you gotta pay for your groceries and everything, and then like, you know, you do your job, and then afterwards you got all the other stuff that you need to do. And I don't know, it's just, it feels nice, it feels good. I really love when, like, because like Japan, it's either really cold and it's dry, or really wet, and then it rains, and then it's like hot, and then it's super hot, and then it rains, and yeah, the cycle continues, right? So it's really nice, like after a day of just complete rain where everything's just clear, and the city's had a nice shower, and it really makes you appreciate days like this, you know. And there's the laundry, it's done, cool. But yeah, guys, shit, I still got 20 minutes, though, left to talk about the awesome freeness. And, again, like, I was trying to talk about how, like, the point I was making earlier is that, like, by doing my regular journal and just, with the journal, I'm trying to get my students to start doing their own journal, too, because, well, one, they need to practice writing, but also, I think that doing a journal really does help your memory as well. And so, you know, I think by doing a journal, though, like, usually I write down stuff that I have, like a checklist of health and Japanese things I need to do that, like, sometimes I forget to do, like doing my flashcards or adding flashcards or brushing my teeth, you know, like regular stupid shit like that that's easy to forget. But I always write down, like, what food did I eat that day, what was the weather like that day, what was the temperature, the high and low of the temperatures, and, like, how did I overall feel that day. Because, like, when you're on ADHD meds, you got to track how you feel. Because sometimes, you know, it's like that whole thing. I know that, like, Concerta isn't the same kind of meth that Hitler was on. But, you know, we've seen what happens when people take amphetamines for too long. They get all paranoid and crazy and shit, right? So it's very important for any of you guys who take ADHD meds to track how you feel through a daily journal thing. And then usually I write down like, what I did bullet point wise of what I did that day, just to track, you know, that stuff. And then I usually have, like, a whole bunch of leftover space on that page, and then I'll draw stuff, or I'll write random stuff, or I'll write random notes. And sometimes some of those random notes are, like, YouTube notes too, and I'm like, well, shit, it's good that I wrote them down, but I should continue those or make them bigger by putting them into a different notebook, and like a YouTube notebook, where I can access that data a lot more easily than skimming through the pages to find the parts that I bookmarked, right? And but the cool thing is that, like, I wasn't using the YouTube notebook before because my thoughts were so scattered. I wasn't congruent. I didn't know what I wanted to do 100%, you know? And so, like, I would write down notes, but then I wouldn't review them because I didn't really have a solid plan of how to use them, right? But now it's like, oh, well, I write down all this stuff. I mean, the whole point is, like, you build up this, like, foundation, this routine every day, and then once you have that done, you're free to do whatever you want. But if you're just like, I wake up whenever I want, I eat whatever I want at whatever time, I drink caffeine like a couple hours before going to bed, even though it makes me stay awake and stuff, and, like, you know, it's, you want to have control over your life, you know, over how you act, like how you feel. And I don't know, it's one of those things. And also, like, a big thing that, this is a personal mental note for me later, for just moi, for the proverbial we, is yeah, like, I did a rant, or not rant, I streamed all yesterday, and I did, like, what, like 2 hours, 40 minutes, or like 3 hours, let's just round it up, 3 hours on YouTube. I did a YouTube stream, and that was really fun because I don't really stream on Fridays, but we had leftover time that you guys had donated from the Friday stream. And then, yeah, it kept getting extended for about, like, 3 hours. And what else? What else was it? Oh, God, coffee, why? Gather clips, I forgot. For use, may listen, people collapse. Sorry, I just wanted to write down those notes really quick. Shit, sorry guys, I'm a little bit out of squeeze 'em today, but yeah, I did that, and then I did about I don't know 5-6 hours of Twitch streaming, and it's funny because I was doing that Twitch streaming with the intention of making reaction videos, and it's cool because like it's another way to not get distracted, right? Like every week there's always all these new Japan videos that come out, and I want to watch them. And I guess that's the whole thing about the rants too, is like these rants were originally made because I wanted to do something productive while riding my while riding spaghetti, right? Riding the motorcycle that was kind of low effort, you know, that was easy to do. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, like let's do the motorcycle video, sweet, you know, and that's how that started. And then it got really cold. And so I just started doing these at-home rants so I could, like, scatter these out throughout the year and then, like, kind of swap in motorcycle or walking rants once it gets warmer. I like it how the rants are kind of just, like, the content is decided now by the, what is it, like, by the season, you know? Oh, it's warm outside. Okay, let's go make a motorcycle or a walking rant. Oh, it's cold. Okay, we're going to make a home rant, you know? I like that. And so, like, yesterday, I did a long-ass fucking live stream, and I hadn't done that in probably, like, I don't know, I think a month or so. And it was great because, like, we weren't just live streaming for the sake of, like, playing video games or whatever. Because I noticed, like, when I play video games on Twitch, this is another reason why I stopped playing video games on Twitch for the most part, is because, like, there would be these long-ass games that take a while to do, right? And then it's like, you know, it's so easy to get sidetracked. Like in Zelda, you can avoid the main story and then just do a bunch of side quests. Same thing with like Skyrim or like Ghost of Tsushima, and I'd just be wandering around, and then I'd be talking to the same fucking 12 people that it's just like it was a waste of time, like not getting donations, I'm not even playing the main storyline of the game, you know, I'm just hanging out. And I'm like, nah, I want to feel productive, you know? So like filming these reactions of you guys and you guys getting to be part of the videos is really fun. It's cool. And yeah, I think moving forward too, I think, yeah, Jim just sent me a message. He says, I've got a sore throat and I'm coughing a lot. And I'm like, okay, well, he could have said that yesterday, but he didn't. It's a bitch ass excuse. I get it. Even though one of my coworkers got the flu recently, and there is a flu going around, but you got that coincidentally on the day that I was supposed to come over. Yeah, whatever. So like instead of like, you know, I wanted to go over to Jim's place not just to hang out and play video, like film. I wanted to legit play some arcade games too. So I think what I will do in the meantime, since Jim's not here, is that I was supposed to go over to his house because he has an emulator box that would let me record, or like it has all these games on there. And then you guys paid for this this video game recording, like portable Elgato, which basically instead of having it's like an Elgato game capture, but instead of having it plug into your computer, it just records all the data to an SD card, and it's pretty cool. So that way, like that's how I've been doing the Sam and Jim videos. He just records all that stuff to his thing. I record the stuff to my thing, and then he sends me the footage, and then I match it up later and put it out. And but yeah, I guess like in the meantime, I can just bring that stuff over to other people's houses. But I think I'm lazy right now, so I'll probably just play those arcade games while streaming, and I'll try to talk about random stuff, and it'll just be an interaction with people, and that'll be because I still like the hangout sessions of the video games, and that's like one of the nice things about the TKO Junk Drawer channel, is that like I have like, God, dude, like, because since I started cutting up those game streams into 2-hour increments, I probably have enough Monday videos on there saved up until like 2026 or something ridiculous. So I don't need to worry about making content for that channel for a while, you know. But it's all the same fucking games too. So it's like for the games that are one-offs, even though Jim's not here, I'll probably I'll make some by myself in the meantime. I think that's what I'll do. This Sunday, I'll just watch. I'll make a bunch of. I'll stream a bunch of game arcade videos and stuff, and I'll just do it on my thing, and then wait for Jim to get his shit together. That motherfucker. Yeah, film, game arcade videos. videos this Sunday on Twitch and talk while playing the games. Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, we can do that. Oh, all right. You must give up yourself to the great red ape. Okay, how much? Sexually. Hey, Carl. Carl, you don't need to leave, Carl. You could do that other thing. I know it's been a while, but I ain't getting humped by no giant red ape in space. Come on, Carl. Carl, you're fine. You're fine. It's okay, Carl. Anyway, Annie Husenberg. Yeah. So that was fun, but I mean, the whole point is like I think guys need projects, and if I was in the countryside, I really don't think I'd like it, because even though I spend a lot of time at home, I like going out and then there's people around me, If you're in the countryside, you're stuck with the same assholes, and everyone's driving everywhere. There's not a place to congregate or hang out, and I love the activity. So, but if I was in the countryside, to try to stay sane, I would have to do DIY projects, raising ducks and getting eggs and all this other shit, and learning survival skills. But right now, while I'm in the city and I live in a closet fucking sized apartment, I'm gonna work on my digital content. It's gonna be good. But yeah, it's just it's funny because I was in that flow state and then I started doing this rant, and I still feel like I'm in that, once I finish this recording, I'll be back into the flow state. But yeah, it's just what a great way to start the week. I remember Casey Neistat in his Guide to Life, he always said that it's he loves Monday because it's the start of the race, the start of the week. Everything's right there in front of you. You just got to hit it full on speed going, and it's nice, And I like the fact that I think everybody. I saw this video the other day of this guy freaking out on a live stream of these other guys, and they were just disrespecting him, They were it was. It reminded me of hell. It reminded me of me, kind of. I remember in 5th grade, or maybe 5th grade. I don't know. Maybe was it 5th grade? I think it was in between 5th grade and 6th grade. This new kid came to town, and all of my friends kind of congregated to him. He was kind of like Bart Simpson, everybody liked him. He became the new leader of the boys group or whatever, and he did not like me, and so he's we can hang out, but only if Sam doesn't come and shit. And I always felt, and when I would get the chance to hang out with them, the guy would just he'd make fun of me, and nobody would say anything because they liked him a lot. And I was just I was a small kid, Dad's not around. I just wanted people to like me, and I would let that dude disrespect me and shit. I remember I would play stupid, and he would be I think there was one Pokemon came out, and he'd say you're a Snorlax and stuff, and I'd be I'd have to play dumb and shit. And I just remember being that guy's such a piece of shit. Fuck that dude, But I was well, my other friends are hanging out with him, and we only have a limited time to hang out, so I guess I have to put up with this since my other friends aren't defending me. Because if I freak out about this, then I'll be out of the group, and then I'll feel lonely. And so I guess I'll have to be the punching bag. And I saw this live stream of this guy, and just the other live streamers are just being dicks to him. And the guy's freaking out. He's being pissed off. And it's the dude could just leave, He could just leave and go away and be fuck you guys. I don't need this shit. But it's just he's there, and he's trying to be. He just reminds me of the autistic kids that you would see that are hey, this has to be my way, and you're not conforming to it, so I'm freaking out, and I'm throwing a temper tantrum. And it's it's just I've learned that not everything needs to be a battle. You don't always need to be the winner, if somebody's disrespecting you, you just got to get out of there. And I was and this is an older guy, and I'm okay, wait, if this happens to older people, imagine how many younger people are like this right now too, And it's just sometimes people I'd like to think people grow out of it, but sometimes maybe they don't grow out of it. And it's just I think for me, I'm a particularly sensitive dude, if somebody says something that's mean, I'm going to remember it, I might not do anything about it, but I'll definitely not want to hang out with that person again. And so, I mean, the whole point is if you, I remember I had this one coworker at this Japanese company, and he was he kept calling me Debu, fat, and he was trying to be playful about it, and I was like, you know, I don't like that word, you know. そのことはあまり気に入ってない。俺はなんか太ってると分かってるんだけど、なんか、いざ、what did I say? Like, いちいちなんかの言う必要ないよ、毎回で。And, you know, I was like, you don't need to say it every fucking time or whatever. And he's like, なんでそんなに気にしてんだよ. And I was like, just, その言葉は使わないでくんない. You know, like, just, like, you don't need to say that. And then, like, if he just said that or whatever, I was just like, you know what, dude? Like, yeah, I don't need to talk to that guy anymore. And, like, the next time he did that, I was like, you say that again, I'm just gonna go to HR, dude. Like, this isn't cool. Just shut up, you know? Like, I'm not disrespecting you. You don't need to disrespect me. And then he did. I went to HR and I got him in trouble. And it's like, you could say I was snitching, but it's like, nah, man. Like, you disrespect me, I'm gonna do something within my legal, you know, legal limits of doing something to you. And yeah, and that guy ended up, that guy was not only doing that to me, but he was doing that to like 2 other people in the company. And so when he did that, the other people fucking jumped on that too, and he got in trouble. He didn't get fired, but yeah, he got reprimanded, you know. Like, they were like, if you don't, like, it was a Japanese company, so it's like, if you do that again, we're not going to fire you, but we're going to, like, put you in the basement, you know? You're going to just, like, be in timeout. And so there was nothing that guy could do, you know? It's just like, oh, shit. And it's like, sometimes they need that big pushback for that reflection. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like everything that is big, whether you're sad or angry or happy, it's a culmination of a bunch of little small stuff that you've been doing up until that point. And, you know, there's no guarantees in life, but if you want to feel better, there's so many small things you can do throughout your day to feel better. And like, you know, it's like, what is that old saying? That, like, success is when preparation and opportunity meet, you know? It's like, I think same thing of happiness. It's like, when you do the right things, you'll feel better. And especially if you write it down. If you write it down, like, why you felt so good, maybe you'll be able to replicate that too. And I think, like, doing that long-ass Twitch session where I was just talking all day, and then on top of that, like, I had some good fucking, like, I had tacos that day and just fruit, and I felt, and then just, like, I ended the day watching some TV shows or something, and went to bed early, and it was nice. But I mean, the whole point is like, you gotta, if something bad happens, you can write it down, you can track it. If something makes you sad, you can write it down, track it. And just, like, the whole culmination of, like, oh, I ate good yesterday. I got to talk and hang out and make stuff for, like, 8 hours. And that was good. And then, like, I had this really weird, vivid, like, good, fun dream. And, yeah. And it's like, I'm not going to call that ex-girlfriend or something. Be like, I saw you in a dream. But it's just, like, it gives me hope and it reminds me that it's like, oh, yeah. Like, you know, I liked being in a relationship, but it's one of those things where you're not going to be given a relationship. You need to go out and get it. It's like Otacon said, you know, love, you can't wait for love to come to you. You got to go to it. And it's like, it just made me feel motivated because I'm like, yeah, like, you know, I'm not going to go right now. I want to get this stuff done. But, like, once I free up my schedule a lot more, then, yeah, like, I'm going to be focusing more on the personal life shit, you know, and, I don't know, it just made me feel great. So, yeah, and you know what? The funny thing is that I think I made a thumbnail called "When You Have a Good Day." I think it was like with Master Roshi and Ice Cube or something. But yeah, if I've made that already, I'm just gonna use that thumbnail for this video instead. But yeah, and do you guys like this too? I downloaded a bunch of, like, board games, and unfortunately, I don't think there's a lot of there were some board game review videos, but there's no. Like, if any of you guys know any channels where they just show themselves playing a board game and it's not focused on the people, let me know, because I've been looking for background footage of just stuff that, like, plays in the background, like, that's kind of like a board game, you know? Like, I've got Shogi and I have Sudoku in the background right now, but, you know, if there's any, like, channels that play Monopoly or Stratego or some shit, where it's not just, I noticed, like, I tried looking it up before, and it just focuses entirely on the people, and I'm like, nah, I want to focus on the game. I know Angry Joe does board game live streams sometimes, but, like, every couple minutes it goes back to people's faces, and I just want to focus on the game. I don't want to focus on the people. So if you guys know any YouTube channels that have, like, footage like that, let me know, and I'd love to use that. But Anyway, yeah, guys, that's my rant today. I wanted to have it more about flow and feeling good or whatever. I think I just kind of dragged on too much with my plans for YouTube and Jim's bitch ass. So, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll make a part 2 to this. When you have a good day, part 2. But yeah, what did you guys think about this video? If you made it this far, show me by writing down the secret comment of the day, which is pink chessboards kick ass. Make a sentence using the words pink chessboard kicks ass to let me know you made it this far. And smash like button. And yeah, I'm going to start putting the playlist for all of these at the top comment so people can go and binge these afterwards. But yeah, we'll probably do a live stream after this too. I'll probably be putting the link for that in the premiere. And if you're not watching this as a premiere, it's going to be in the comment section. But anyway, yeah, guys, what did you think about today's rant? Let me know. You guys stay black. You have a good, hot, sexy, whatever day you are, where it is where you are. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Yeah, buddy. お疲れ様でした。